Good morning, sunshine. What you know, Mo? You heard Leesky going crazy over in the field? Huh? Yeah. He's a good boy. You better get your rest. So what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hidden Heights Farm. I'm going to pan the camera around and zoom in on Leesky. Look at this. So, since the last video, you guys seen we moved the goats and the dogs over here to the big field. You can see the ducks are doing their thing on the pond. Leesky's sitting there up on a hill. He's up on a dirt pile, just watching over everything. And I just seen Cora running somewhere. The goats are all kind of right there. We'll walk over there. But yeah, everything so far is working out good. We've been getting a lot of messages and everything. Everybody's wanting to know how are the goats doing on the new field with the dogs. Guys, it couldn't go any better. You guys know we built the livestock guardian dog feeding station because the goats try to eat all the dog's food. Well, ever since the day we moved the goats over to the big field, they got all this grass, brush, foliage, leaves. They got all this food over there. They don't even care about the dog food hardly at all anymore. They don't even come over. There's Miss Cora. What are you doing? You want to say hi? You want to meet me over here in the big field? Come on. Meet me over here. You know where to go. Come on. Here she comes. She's working out great. Where you at, Cora? There's my girl. Now it's just a matter of time for her. Yep, look at this. He can't handle Miss Cora getting attention. Oh man, you're too big for that. You knocked me over. You knocked me over, boy. You're a good boy, yeah. Alright, so I heard him out here barking a while ago, and I don't know if there was a neighbor dog or something over at the fence, but he was going crazy. Alright, let me walk. They're excited. So you see the goats are out here, and the whole reason the goats are in this big field is because that big guy way back there, Mr. Ale, I see you. Quit. Trying to hold this camera steady, and I got two giant dogs. Well, one giant dog knocking me over. Hey, quit. Leesky, I don't need your wet paw prints, Bubba. I don't need your wet paw prints on me. Y'all playing? Huh? Are you feeling good because the weather's nice? Alright, one sock. How's it going over here? You guys are... Leesky, I see you. No. Alright, so since we put the goats over here, down, everyone is starting to look a lot better. Their hair's looking good. They're filling out. Not feeding them grain anymore, not feeding them hay. They're just getting fresh, delicious, nutritious grass. And these black Spanish, they really slick up nice. They get real shiny. Come here, Elle. What are you doing? Why are you way back there? Hey, I see you guys. I see ya. You get plenty of attention all the time. Come here, Elle. Tell YouTube world that you were responsible for everyone getting over here on this big field with all this nice, delicious grass and clover. Hey, come here. Now stop. I know y'all want to be on camera, but you gotta calm down. So while we're out here, the other day when I filled the blackberry beds up, I can't remember if I updated you guys on this compost pile or not, but this thing has actually shrank a lot. Let me see if I can get Leesky in frame to kind of do a size comparison. But this thing has shrank in size considerably because what happens is the bacteria... Oh, you're gonna help me spread it? Look at that. What are you doing? Oh, he's still a puppy at heart, which technically I think he is a puppy. He's digging in the compost pile. So the bacteria... Oh, you just want a place to lay down. Okay. So the bacteria is what makes a compost pile work. You put in all the different kinds of organic matter, like leaves and grass and straw and goat poo, chicken poo, whatever. And microorganisms start eating all that stuff, and it starts like just composting, doing its thing. I don't know all the scientific terms, but it turns it into super rich dirt, like just black dirt, and it's super great for gardens, plants, and stuff like that. So the other day when I was filling up the blackberry beds, I came and got a scoop of this, and whenever I got a big scoop, the very first one, it just started steaming like crazy, and that's a good sign. That means it's working right. Mother Nature's doing its thing. What's that? Oh, those goats are over there jumping on that, making a weird noise. Those little kids were jumping up on that metal. At least he took off because he didn't know. But anyways, if you guys have never tried having a compost pile, I would encourage you to at least try. Even if you live in the city, you can set up a little, in your backyard, you can just set up a small little part of your yard. You can use wire cage, you can use anything, and just start dumping your grass clippings there. You can put certain kinds of food in there, no meat or protein or oils or nothing like that. I think I heard. I can't talk and tell my story because you guys are doing all this cool stuff. All right. We'll walk out to the pond. But it adds a lot of beneficial nutrients, and it's an easy way to come up with your own potting soil, you might say. And you know, potting soil is pretty expensive. The good stuff like the Miracle Grow and all that has extra fertilizer in it. Well, this is pretty much the same thing. So anyways, do you guys leave a comment down below if you guys do your own compost pile. I mean, we have the goats, we always have the bedding, we always have the extra poo in the barn from all winter. So it's a no-brainer to not capitalize on that and just use it because we got it and it's free. But the best part about it is it's super beneficial. All right, so we're gonna walk out here to the pond. See what's going on with the ducks. So we got one duck kind of staying to itself over there, and then we got the other 4 ducks. Yep. What do you think about the ducks? You been leaving them alone? Or has he been a good boy with the ducks? It'd be kind of hard for him to catch them out here in the pond, but ever since the goats and the dogs have been over here, the ducks have not hardly left the pond at all at nighttime. I've been locking the dogs and the goats up in the barn. They still have access to the small field, but like I said, guys, you can just look around and you can see all the trees and everything here, and everything back behind our property back there is just like forest. It's just thick wood. So of course we got a lot of predators, like coyotes especially, but we got bobcats and stuff like that. So with the puppy being over here, I can trust Leesky to be able to protect himself and protect the goats and everything from the predators. You know, he's big enough now and smart enough. I think he's learned his calling here. But anyways, I don't want the pup to like stick her head through the neck or something if there's a coyote, because coyotes are really smart and they can bait these little puppies. And a lot of times coyotes run in packs, kind of like dogs do, or wolves. And what they'll do is they'll trick these little puppies because they know they can pick them off. They'll separate the puppy from the big dog or dogs, and then they'll go after the puppy. Like they'll have one dog or coyote go after the big dog, and then he'll chase them, and then the rest of the pack will go after the little puppy and drag it off or whatever. And right now with our fencing, our field fencing, I'll kind of show you guys, she can still stick her head through, I think about that third wire up. It's big enough hole where she can stick her head, and that would be a perfect way for a coyote just to pick her off or to bite her or something like that. So we're doing our best to protect them. A lot of times the coyotes don't come out around the daytime, although we have been seeing them here recently a little bit down our driveway and stuff. I need to set out some more trail cameras around all of our perimeter fencing just to see what we get, because We do get some on some of our cameras in the back in the woods, but I kind of want to see what happens up here behind the barn, a little bit closer to the barn. So I'm out here looking at the pond. Rachel posted a reel on Facebook the other day on one of the ponds over in the pig pen, and it is invaded. I mean, thousands and thousands, probably millions of tadpoles. Like, it just looked black from all of them swimming around everywhere. I don't really see many here, but we do have fish in this pond. We got perch, we got some catfish. I know 2 of the catfish had died because the day we let the goats in here, you guys seen that. The dogs found 2 catfish skulls pretty quick. So, don't know about that. We need to get out, we need to get the boat out and do some restocking of the pond. And I've actually been working on the boat. We haven't been fishing yet this year. When we have these nice warm days, it's usually just so windy, and that's pretty dangerous, you know. But I've been redoing the boat. Rachel and I, we ripped out all the carpet, we ripped out all the foam flooring, and I went with something called Raptor lining. It's like a bed liner. I don't know if it's like a polyurethane or what, but it's got some grit in it, and it's really thick and durable. And can't wait to get that finished. I'm kind of in the middle of doing that right now, but it's gonna work out great. I'm ready to go get the freezer filled back up with catfish. We usually catch enough to last us about a year. We like doing fish fries and stuff like that. And last year we went out just a couple days and we loaded up the freezer. We caught enough to last us all year, and we just cooked that last bag of catfish just a couple nights ago. This your lookout tower. This was one of Daisy's favorite spots to lay. So whenever we had all this does years and years ago, Rachel's dad was here dozing for us, and he did a lot of clearing over here and stuff. And all this right here was really good dirt. Just had, you know, some small like creek gravel type stuff in it. And he piled all this good stuff up right here, and it's just been a pile that we go to if we need to fill in holes or flower beds or whatever. We would come get scoops of this. Well, it was a lot bigger. You know how goats like to play on stuff, and then they kind of spread it out and knock it down and all that type of stuff. But Daisy, every livestock guardian dog we've ever had, dogs are smart, and they use these tactics. They'll lay up on something high, like this right here. It's, you know, 4 foot off the ground. They lay up on it. They can see a lot further around, and that is their job, and they know that's their job, is to watch over their livestock. Now, we got a couple other piles that I have pondered about knocking down, but the goats absolutely love it. So that is an old burn pile right there. And then over here to the left, we got another one. And the backstory on that, if you guys followed our channel, I think it was in 2019, we hired a dozer operator to come in, and he kind of built the pond and stuff. He made a huge mess, did a horrible job, and it is what it is. I just went ahead and paid him, and I didn't have him come back. So then we got the Kubota M59 backhoe, and I had to clean up all this because it was just a horrible job. It was a messy mud hole. He didn't do a good job on it. He pushed a bunch of our trees and stuff. We wanted the trees cleared, mostly the elm trees here, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But he cleared a bunch of this land right here around this pond and kind of formed the pond up, made it bigger and stuff. But when he did it, he didn't know what he's doing. He was pushing all the dirt and the logs into the burn pile, and when you push dirt on top of logs, it don't burn very well. So I had to spend the whole weekend digging out logs and burning them. It was just a big mess. So now we got that big, I say burn pile, but that's actually the dirt that he pushed up on it. But anyways, the goats absolutely love laying up there. Leesky likes laying up there. Daisy loved it, and I'm sure Cora will too. Alright, so let's talk about these elm trees while we're at it. I do not like the elm trees. I'm sure they serve a purpose. So a lot of the trees we got here in the foothills of the Ozarks are oak and hickory. We got some black walnut. But one of them that grows on our property that I consider a nuisance are these elm trees right here. And let me show you why. This is a hickory tree right there. This is an elm tree. So the problem with the elm tree is the roots grow very shallow, or like not that far from the ground. See, that is the root from the elm tree right there. And you can see how they kind of grow up. Well, it's very rocky up here. So what happens is these elm trees grow, the roots grow, and then the problem with, they don't go deep into the ground, they stay really shallow, so they push all these rocks up. And if you got fencing and stuff like that, the roots just keep growing just like a tree does. They get bigger and bigger in diameter, and they push up on your fence and stuff like that. So I really need to get this one cut down, but it provides really good shade tree, and they don't really die from diseases or anything that often, so it's not one I have to really worry about falling over from disease. But what happens is, when a tree grows roots on top of the ground, it doesn't have a good anchor, and you guys know the winds we get up here. It makes it very prone to being blown over, because if it don't have the roots down in the ground, it's not grabbing a hold of the earth, and the wind will just topple it over because all the roots are on top. So that's the one reason I do not like the elm tree, but it does serve a purpose. Over here, the only thing I know it does well is it is shade for the livestock and the pups. All right, let's walk on over here. So a lot of people ask us about our bees. I talked briefly about the bees a couple videos back. We got 3 beehives that are doing really well. I don't show a lot of, oh, speaking of bees, we got some work to do. Look at this, we got a swarm. We got a swarm of bees. So I'm gonna go get my bee suit on and try to catch this before they leave. I think that's a good opportunity to end the video. I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on the dogs. I'm gonna go get some pants on, go grab a bee box, and it looks like if I can successfully capture the swarm, we'll add another beehive to our bee yard, and that'll give us 4. But what I was saying is we got 3 that actually made it through the winter and that are thriving and doing well. So I was gonna say, I don't usually film the bee stuff because it's hard to get everything set up, and it's very time consuming. But I don't know if I'll film this or not. I need to try to hurry up. It's actually Kaya's birthday in a couple days, and today she's got some friends coming over, and we're fixing to take them to go eat and do some stuff. So I'll try to get her on video before I actually end it and let you guys tell her happy birthday. But I gotta go get the bee suit on and all that, and go try to capture this bee swarm. It's a funny story. The other day when Ale kept jumping the fence, the whole reason we put the goats on the big field, Rachel and I was out there trying to catch him, and he stirred up a bee swarm. We heard it, and they were really low to the ground, but what happened was he stirred them up, ran through the tree they were on or something, and they took off. Rachel's seen it, and she's highly allergic, so it was kind of weird. Kaya, what you doing? Eating cereal? Well, it's your birthday day, right? I told everyone I'd show you on video so they can tell you happy birthday if they want to. How old are you gonna be?
10.
10? Awesome. We're gonna have a good day today?
Yeah.
Alright, you better eat your Cheerios then.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned to see if we get this bee swarm or not. I gotta go get busy. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Alright, so we're coming out here. Check out this bee swarm. I just noticed that's a pretty good sized bee swarm. So I'm gonna go get my suit on, and we're gonna catch this thing and relocate it over here in one of the empty boxes. You better get back, Leasty. Okay, so usually bee swarms are very, very docile. They're not usually aggressive. But I'm gonna rearrange some stuff while I got my bee suit on. I'm gonna go ahead and get the smoker going, and I'm gonna put another box on another beehive right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the smoker going. Just have it out here in case things get hairy, you never know. And the guard dogs are right here behind me. I wish they would go do something else, but of course they are being nosy. Hopefully they don't get stung. Go play, Leesky, man. Alright, I think that's good. If I can do this the easy way. Alright, so if we got the queen, they should all go into the box. So we'll know here in a minute if we got it or not. You can see they're going everywhere. But what I had is this old hive right here. The bees didn't make it through winter time, but it had some frames in there that had some comb build out on it already. So that is what I chose to dump them into. And we'll just wait and see. It don't look like a lot of these are leaving, so I think we got the queen. See if I can zoom in for you. Her pheromones is what they chase, or what they go towards, or what draws them in. That is why they all swarm to the tree. Now we'll go back here in a minute and see if they're still on the tree. And if they're not, then they'll probably start heading over to where they smell the pheromones. So they're starting to ball up a little bit more. If they continue to do this, then what I'll do is I'll get something and I'll give them a shake into that, and then I'll go dump them in that box. But we'll just kind of wait and see. But in the meantime, I'm going to add on another box onto this one because this hive is doing really well. Spiders, they'll kill your bees. They don't eat a bunch of them, but they'll pick them off. Oh, let's try to get their nest out of there and everything else. Oh yeah, we got a nice full hive here. Looks like all the frames are built out. So they need another box. Now I'm just smoking them a little bit because there's a lot of them right here on the edge and I don't want to squish them. So a lot of times when you do this, they'll kind of go down in the frames. There we go, made some room there. Just like that, they have another story to start building out on. And I just noticed there's a lot of them in there that's got a lot of pollen, so they're bringing in a lot of food right now. That's a good thing. All right, let's go back and see how our bees on the tree are doing. So there's just a handful. Like there's maybe 40 or 50 bees on the tree. So I think they're gonna stay in the box. I think we got the queen. Okay, so a while ago they were all on the front of this hive. And now you can see they all went in. So that's a good sign. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get what they call a, I think it's a reducer. And it's just a wood strip right here that has a little doorway. Let me show you. So this one has one right here. See that little wood strip right there, and it has a little hole for them to go in. This one has one as well, and you can actually flip it like 90 degrees, and it has a bigger hole. And what that does is it's kind of like a gate going into a castle, you might say, and that allows them to be able to guard such a smaller area rather than this whole long line of hole, because on these hives they're built to have access all the way from here to here, and this just kind of limits it to a really smaller area. So all right, I think this was successful. Stay tuned and I'll keep you guys updated to whether or not they stay. And a while ago I took this off and I threw it down real fast because there's a bunch of red wasps underneath the lid, and I need to get it and put it back on here. But anyways, the dogs, you can see they fared good this time. They stayed back, they watched, but they didn't get stung. So